Audiobook NCRT Reading Chapter 3 Plant Kingdom. In the previous chapter, we looked at the broad classification of living organism under the system proposed by Whitaker in 1969, wherein he suggested the five kingdom classification with Monera, Protista, Fungi, Animalia, and Plantae. In this chapter, we will dealt with further classification within organism kingdom Plantae popularly known as the plant kingdom. We must stress here that our understanding of the plant kingdom has changed over time. Fungi and members of Monera and Protista having cell walls have now been excluded from Plantae through earlier classification placed them in the same kingdom. So, the cyanobacteria that are also referred to as blue-green algae are not algae anymore. In this chapter, we will describe algae, bryophyta, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms under Plantae. Let us also look at classification within angiosperms to understand some of the concerns that influenced the classification system. The earliest system of classification used only gross superficial morphological characters such as habit, color, number, and shape of leaves, etc. They were based mainly on the vegetative character or on the androecium structure system given by Linnaeus. Such systems were artificial. They separated the closely related species since they were based on a few characteristics. Also, the artificial system gave equal weightage to vegetative and sexual characteristics. This is not acceptable since we know that often the vegetative characters are more easily affected by the environment. As against this, the natural classification system developed, which were based on the natural affinities among the organisms and considered not only the external features but also internal features like ultrastructures, anatomy, embryology, and phytochemistry. Such a classification for flowering plant was given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. At present, phylogenetic classification system based on evolutionary relationship between the various organisms are acceptable. This assumes that organisms belonging the same taxa have a common ancestor. We now use information from many other sources too to help resolve difficulties in the classification. These become more important when there is no supporting fossil evidence. Numerical taxonomy, which is now easily carried out using computers, is based on all observable characteristics. Number and codes are assigned to all the characters and the data are then processed. In this way, each character is given equal importance and at the same time hundreds of characters can be considered. Cytotaxonomy, that is based on the cytological informations like chromosome number, structure, behavior, and chemotaxonomy that use the chemical constituent of the plant to resolve confusions are also used by taxonomists these days. Algae. Algae are chlorophyll bearing simple, thalloid, autotrophic, and largely aquatic, both fresh and marine water organism. They occur in a variety of other habitat, moist stones, soils, and woods. Some of them also occur in association with fungi, which is called as lichen, and also on the animal, for example, on sloth bear. The form and size of algae is highly variable, ranging from colonial forms like volvox and the filamentous forms like Eulothrix and Spirogyra. A few of the marine forms such as kelps form massive plant bodies. The algae reproduce by vegetative, asexual, and sexual method. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation. Each fragment develops into a thallus. Asexual reproduction is by the production of different type of spores, the most common being the zoospores. They are flagellated, that is motile, and on germination give rise to new plants. Sexual reproduction take place through fusion of two gametes. These gametes can be flagellated and similar in size as in Eulothrix, or non-flagellated, that is non-motile but similar in size as in Spirogyra. Such reproduction is called as isogamous. Fusion of two gametes dissimilar in size as in species of Eudorina is termed as an isogamous. Fusion between one large non-motile, that is a static female gamete, and a smaller motile male gamete is termed oogamous, for example in Volvox and Fucus. Figure 3.8, 3.1 algae. First row shows green algae. A figure shows Volvox, which is a colonial green algae which have daughter colony and parent colony. Figure 2 shows Eulothrix, that is a filamentous green algae. In the second row, Number 1 figure of B shows laminaria, which is a brown algae. Number 2 shows fucus, which is again a brown algae and that have hold fast midrib, frond and air bladder. And number 3 shows dictyota, which have stipe and frond. Third row represent red algae. C1 represent Sporphyra, which is green algae, which is red algae. And figure 2 of C shows Polysiphonia, which has main axis and the branches, and it shows Polysiphonia, which is a red algae. Algae are useful to men in a variety of ways. At least a half of the total carbon dioxide fixation on earth is carried out by the algae through photosynthesis. Being photosynthetic, they increase the level of dissolved oxygen in their immediate environment. They are of paramount importance as primary producers of energy-rich compounds which form the basis of the food cycles of all aquatic animals. Many species of Porphyra, Laminaria and Sargassum are among the 70 species of marine algae used as food. Certain marine brown and red algae produce large amount of hydrocolloids, that is, they have the water holding substances. For example, algin, which is a brown algae, and carrageen, which is a red algae, which are used commercially. Agar, one of the commercial products obtained from the Giladium and the Gracilaria, are used to grow microbes and in preparation of ice creams and jellies. Chlorella is a unicellular alga rich in proteins, is used as a food supplement even by the space travelers. The algae are divided into 3 main classes: Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. 3.1.1 Chlorophyceae. The member of Chlorophyceae are commonly called as green algae. The plant body may be unicellular, colonial or filamentous. They are usually grass green due to dominance of pigment chlorophyll A and B. The pigment are localized in definite chloroplast. The chloroplast may be discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shape, spiral or ribbon shape in different species. Most of the members have one or more storage bodies called pyrenoids located in the chloroplast. Pyrenoids contain protein beside starch. Some algae may store food in the form of oil droplets. Green algae usually have a rigid cell wall made of an inner layer of cellulose and an outer layer of pectose. Vegetative reproduction usually takes place by fragmentation or by formation of different type of spores. Asexual reproduction is by flagellated zoospores produced in Zoosporentia. The sexual reproduction shows considerable variations in the type and formation of sex cells, and it may be isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. Some commonly found green algae are Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Ulothrix, Spirogyra and Cara. 3.1.2 Phaeophyceae. The member of the Phaeophyceae or brown algae are found primarily in the marine habitat. They show great variation in size and form. They range from simple branched filamentous form, that is ectocarpus, to profusely branched form as represented by kelps, which may reach a height of 100 meter. They possess chlorophyll A and C, carotenoids and xanthophyll. They vary in color from olive green to various shades of brown depending upon the amount of xanthophyll pigment. Fucoxanthin present in them. Food is stored as a complex carbohydrate, which may be in the form of laminarin or mannitol. The vegetative cells have a cellulosic wall, usually covered on the outside by a gelatinous coating of algin. The protoplast contains, in addition to plastid, a centrally located vacuole and nucleus. The plant body is usually attached to substratum by a holdfast and has a stalk, the stipe, and the leaf-like photosynthetic organ which is called as the frond. Vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation. Asexual reproduction in most brown algae is by biflagellated zoospores that are pear-shaped and have two unequal laterally attached flagella. Sexual reproduction may be isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. Union of gametes may take place in water or within the oogonium in the oogamous species. The gametes are pyriform, that is pear-shaped, and bear two laterally attached flagella. The common forms are ectocarpus, dictyota, laminaria, sargassum and fucus. 3.1.3 Rhodophyceae. The member of Rhodophyceae are commonly called red algae because of the predominance of the red pigment, that is R-phycoerythrin, in their body. Majority of the red algae are marine with greater concentration found in the warmer areas. They occur in both well-lighted regions close to the surface of water and also at depth in ocean where relatively light little penetrates. The red thalli of most of the red algae are multicellular. Some of them have complex body organization. The food is stored as Floridian starch, which is very similar to amylopectin and glycogen in structure. The red algae usually reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation. They reproduce asexually by non-motile spores and sexually by non-motile gametes. Sexual reproduction is zoogamous and accompanied by complex post-fertilization development. The common members are Polysiphonia and Porphyra, Gracilaria and Gelidium. There is a table 3.1 which shows the division of algae and their main characteristic. Classes are divided into three classes: Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae. Common name is Chlorophyceae for green algae for Chlorophyceae, brown algae for Phaeophyceae, red algae for Rhodophyceae. Major pigment present in Chlorophyceae is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. In Phaeophyceae, major pigments are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C and fucoxanthin. In Rhodophyceae, major pigments are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll D and phycoerythrin. Stored food in green algae is starch, in brown algae is mannitol and laminarian, in red algae it is Floridian starch. Cell wall of green algae is made up of cellulose, of brown algae made up of cellulose and algin, of red algae made up of cellulose, pectin and polysulfate esters. Flagellar number and position of insertion present in green algae is 2 to 8 flagella. They are equal and apical in position. 2 flagella are present in brown algae. They are unequal in length and present laterally. Absence of flagella in red algae. Most of the green algae are present in fresh water, brackish water and salt water. Brown algae are present in fresh water, which is rarely present, brackish water and salty water. Red algae mainly present in fresh water, that is some example of red algae present in fresh water, brackish water and salt water. Most of the red algae are present in salty water. Section 3.2 Bryophyte. Bryophyte include the various mosses and liverworts that are found commonly growing in moist shaded areas in the hills. Figure 3.2 representing bryophytes, in which A figure shows for liverwort, that is Merkensia, and Merkensia A have a female thallus and B have a male thallus. Thallus have rhizoids which act as a root-like structure. They have gamma cup which help in the asexual reproduction, and female have archegoniophore and male have enthridiophore. In mosses, figure C represent Funaria, which is representing gametophyte haploid structure and sporophyte diploid structure. Sporophyte dependent on the gametophyte, and gametophyte have rhizoids, main axis and leaves, and sporophyte have seta and capsule. And figure D represent a sphagnum. In sphagnum there is archegonial branch and antheridial branch. Archegonial branch for female part and antheridial branch representing male portion. And there are some branches also. This is a sphagnum gametophyte which is haploid in nature. So this is the structure of bryophyte examples. Bryophytes are also called amphibians of the plant kingdom because these plants can live in soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. They usually occur in damp, humid and shaded localities. They play an important role in the plant succession on bare rocks or soil. The plant body of bryophyte is more differentiated than that of algae. It is thallus-like and prostrate or erect and attached to the substratum by the unicellular or the multicellular rhizoids. They lack true root, stem or leaves. They may possess root-like, leaf-like or stem-like structures. The main plant body of the bryophyte is haploid. It produces gametes and hence is called as gametophyte. The sex organ in the bryophytes are multicellular. The male sex organ is called antheridium. They produce biflagellated anthrazoids. The female sex organ called archegonium, which is a flask shape and produces a single egg. The anthrazoids are released into the water where they come in contact with the archegonium, and anthrazoids fuses with the egg to produce the zygote. Zygote do not undergo reduction division immediately. They produce a multicellular body called a sporophyte. The sporophyte is not free living but attached to the photosynthetic gametophyte and derives nourishment from it. Some cells of the sporophyte undergo reduction division meiosis to produce haploid spores. These spores germinate to produce gametophyte. Bryophytes in general are of little economic importance, but some mosses provide food for herbaceous mammals, birds, and other animals. Species of sphagnum, a moss, provide peat that have long been used as a fuel and as a packing material for transshipment of living material because of their capacity to hold water. Mosses, along with lichens, are the first organism to colonize rocks and hence are of great ecological importance. They decompose rocks, making the substrate suitable for the growth of the higher plant. Since mosses form dense mats on the soil, they reduce the impact of falling rain and prevent soil erosion. The bryophytes are divided into liverworts and mosses. 3.2.1 section liverwort. The liverwort grow usually in moist, shady habitat such as bank of streams, marshy grounds, damp soil, bark of trees, and deep in the woods. The plant body of liverwort is thalloid, that is Mertensia. The thallus is dorsoventrally and closely appressed to the substrate. The leafy member have tiny leaf-like appendages in two rows on the stem-like structures. The asexual reproduction in the liverworts take place by fragmentation of the thalli or by the formation of specialized structures called gammae or single gamma. Gammae are green, multicellular, asexual buds which develop in small receptacles called gamma cup located on the thalli. The gammae become detached from the plant body and to germinate form new individual. During sexual reproduction, male and female sex organs are produced either on the same or on the different thalli. The sporophyte is differentiated into food, seta, and capsule. After meiosis, spores are produced within the capsule. The spores germinates to form free living gametophyte. Section 3.3.2 3.2.2 Mosses. The predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss is the gametophyte, which consists of two stages. The first stage is the protonema stage, which develops directly from a spore. It is creeping, green, branched, and frequently filamentous stage. The second stage is the leafy stage, which develops from the secondary protonema as a lateral bud. They consist of upright, slender axes bearing spirally arranged leaves. They are attached to the soil through multicellular and branched rhizoids. This stage bears out to the sex organs. Vegetative reproduction in mosses is by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. In sexual reproduction, the sex organs Antheridia and Archegonia are produced at the apex of the leafy shoots. After fertilization, they develop into zygote and zygote develop into sporophyte, consisting of a food, seta, and capsule. The sporophyte in moss is more elaborate than the liverwort. The capsule contains spores. Spores are formed after meiosis. The mosses have an elaborate mechanism of spore dispersal. Common example of mosses are Funaria, Polytrichum, and Sphagnum. Section 3.3, that is about the pteridophytes. The pteridophyta include horsetails and ferns. Pteridophyta are used for medicinal purposes and as soil binders. They are also frequently grown as ornamentals. Evolutionarily, they are the first terrestrial plants to possess vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. You shall study more about these tissues in chapter 6. The pteridophytes are found in cool, damp, shady places though some may flourish well in sandy soil conditions. You may recall that in bryophytes, the dominant phase in the life cycle is the gametophytic plant body. However, in the pteridophyte, the main plant body is the sporophyte, which is differentiated into true root, true stem, and leaves. These organs possess well differentiated vascular tissue. The leaves in the pteridophytes are small microphyls as in Selaginella or large macrophyls as in ferns. The sporophytes bear sporangia that are subtended by leaf-like appendages called sporophyls. In some cases, sporophyls may form distinct compact structures called strobili or cones. For example, in Selaginella or Equisetum. Thus, sporangia produce spores by meiosis in spore mother cells. The spore germinate to give rise to inconspicuous, small but multicellular, free-living, mostly photosynthetic thalloid gametophyte called prothallus. The pteridophyte require cool, damp, shady places to grow. Because of this specific restricted requirement and the need for the water for fertilization, the spread of living pteridophyte is limited and restricted to narrow geographical regions. The gametophyte bear male and female sex organs called antheridia and archegonia respectively. Water is required for transfer of anthrozoids, the male gamete released from the antheridia to the mouth of archegonium. Fusion of male gamete with the egg present in the archegonium result in the formation of zygote. Zygote thereafter produces a multicellular well-differentiated sporophyte, which is the dominant phase of the pteridophyta. In majority of the pteridophyte, all the spores are of similar kind. Such plant are called homosporous. Genera like Slegionella and Salvinia, which produces two kind of spores, macro, that is large, and micro, that is small spores, are known as heterosporous. The megaspores and the microspores germinate and give rise to female and male gametophyte respectively. The female gametophyte in these plants are retained on the parent sporophyte for variable periods. The development of the zygote into young embryos take place within the female gametophyte. This event is a precursor to the seed habit, considered an important step in evolution. The pteridophyte are further classified into four classes, that is Coelopsida, example Coelotum, Lycopsida, that is Legionella and Lycopodium, Sphenopsida, that is Equisetum, and Pteropsida, that is Diopteris, Pteris and Adiantum. There are some figures about the pteridophyta. Figure 3.3. A figure shows Slegionella, which is a heterosporous. It has stems, leaves and roots. It has two different type of leaves. One is microphyll and one is megasporophyll. Section B or figure B shows Equisetum. Equisetum have rhizome, branches, internode, node and strobilus. C figure shows ferns and D figure shows Salvinia. 3.4 section, that is gymnosperms. The gymnosperms, gymnos means naked and sperma means seeds, are plants in which the ovules are not enclosed by an ovary wall and remain exposed both before and after fertilization. The seeds that develop post-fertilizations are not covered, that is naked. Gymnosperms include medium-sized trees or tall trees or shrubs. One of the gymnosperm, the giant redwood tree Sequoia, is one of the tallest tree species. The roots are generally taproot. Root in some genera have fungal association in the form of mycorrhizae pinus, while in some other cycads, small specialized roots called coralloid roots are associated with the nitrogen-fixing cyanobacteria. The stems are unbranched in cycas and branched in pinus and cedrus. The leaves may be simple or compound. In cycas, the pinnate leaf persists for a few years. The leaves in gymnosperms are well adapted to withstand extreme of temperature, humidity and wind. In conifers, the needle-like leaves reduce the surface area. Their thick cuticle and sunken stomata also help to reduce water loss. The gymnosperms are heterosporous. They produce haploid microspores and megaspore. The two kinds of spores are produced within sporangia that are borne on the sporophylls, which are arranged spirally along an axis to form lax or compact strobili or cones. The strobili bearing microsporophylls and microsporangia are called microsporangiate or male strobili. The microspores develop into a male gametophytic generation which is highly reduced and is confined to only a limited number of cells. This reduced gametophyte is called as pollen grain. The development of pollen grain take place within the microsporangia. The cones bearing megasporophyll with ovules or megasporangia are called macrosporangiate or female strobili. The male or female cones or strobili may bore on the same tree, for example in pinus. However, in cycas, male cones and megasporophylls are borne on different trees. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cells of the nucellus. The nucellus is protected by envelopes and composite structure is called as an ovule. The ovules are borne on the megasporophyll which may be clustered to form the female cone. The megaspore mother cell divide meiotically to form 4 megaspore. One of the megaspores enclosed within the megasporangium develops into a multicellular female gametophyte that bear 2 or more archegonia or female sex organ. The multicellular female gametophyte is also retained within the megasporangium. Unlike bryophytes and pteridophyte in gymnosperm, the male and the female gametophyte do not have independent free living existence. They remain within the sporangia, retained on the sporophyte. The pollen grain is released from the microsporangium. They are carried in air current and come in contact with the opening of the ovule borne on megasporophylls. The pollen tube carrying the male gamete grows towards archegonia in the ovule and discharges their content near the mouth of the archegonia. Following fertilization, zygote develops into an embryo and ovules into seeds. These seeds are not covered. And the example of gymnosperms are Cycas, Pinus and Zingo, and the figure of these are shown in the NCERT. Zingo have dwarf shoot, long shoot and seed. Section 3.5 Angiosperm. Unlike the gymnosperm where the ovules are naked, in the angiosperm or the flowering plant, the pollen grains and the ovules are developed in a specialized structure called the flowers. In angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed in fruits. The angiosperms are an exceptionally large group of plants occurring in wide range of habitat. They range in size from the smallest Wolffia to the tall tree of Eucalyptus over 100 meter. They provide us with food, fodder, fuel, medicines and several other commercially important products. They are divided into two classes, the dicotyledon and the monocotyledon. Angiosperm structure A is representing a dicotyledon which have two cotyledons, and structure B representing a monocotyledon class which have only single cotyledon. Summary. Plant kingdom include algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm and angiosperms. Algae are chlorophyll-bearing, simple, thalloid, autotrophic and largely aquatic organism. Depending on the type of the pigment possessed and the type of the stored food, algae are classified into three classes, namely Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. Algae usually reproduce vegetatively by the fragmentation, asexually by the formation of different type of spores, and sexually by formation of gametes, which may shows isogamy, anisogamy or oogamy. Bryophytes are plant which can live in soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. Their plant body is more differentiated than that of algae. It is thallus-like and prostrate or erect and attached to the substratum by rhizoids. They possess root-like, leaf-like and stem-like structures. The bryophytes are divided into liverworts and mosses. The plant body of liverwort is thalloid and dorsiventral, whereas mosses have upright slender axis bearing spirally arranged leaves. The main plant body of a bryophyte is gamete producing and is called as gametophyte. It bears the male sex organ called antheridia and the female sex organ called archegonia. The male and female gamete produced fuse to form zygote, which produces a multicellular body called the sporophyte. It produces haploid spores. The spores germinate to form gametophyte. In pteridophyte, the main plant body is a sporophyte which is differentiated into true root, stem and leaves. These organs possess well differentiated vascular tissues. The sporophytes bear sporangia which produce spores. The spores germinate to form gametophyte which require cool, damp places to grow. The gametophyte bear male and female sex organ called antheridia and archegonia respectively. Water is required for transfer of male and gametes to an archegonium, whereas zygote is formed after fertilization. The zygote produces a sporophyte. The gymnosperm are the plant in which ovules are not enclosed by any ovary wall. After fertilization, the seeds remain exposed and therefore these plants are called naked seeded plant. The gymnosperm produce microspores and megaspores which are produced in microsporangia and megasporangia borne on sporophyll. The sporophylls are microsporophyll and the megasporophylls are arranged spirally on axis to form male and female cones respectively. The pollen grain germinates and pollen tube releases the male gamete into the ovule where it fuses with the egg cell in archegonia. Following fertilization, the zygote develop into embryo and ovules into seeds. The angiosperms are divided into two classes, the dicotyledon and the monocotyledon. And the chapter is over. Thank you.